Have you ever played Call of Duty or Halo or Battlefield and thought, I really wish I could make this feel more realistic? Well, that's what this is for. It's a mouse that's shaped like a gun with recoil built in, and I've never seen anything quite like it. Like what? What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at the Ragnok ErgoStrike 7, a mouse designed with first-person shooters in mind, because I mean, let's be real, what else would you really want to play with this? Now, I saw this online, reached out to Ragnok, and they sent one of these my way because I had to try this and make a video on it because it's like a light gun arcade game combined with modern PC gaming. I mean, the box really says it all. Gun plus mouse equals gaming fun. Do I need to say anything else? Now, popping up in the box, it's a simple setup with all of the basics. You've got the mouse plus a USB-A to USB-C cable and a USB-C to USB-A adapter for the wireless dongle that's housed in the bottom of the mouse. And side note, thank you to Ragnok for making this wireless because that makes this whole experience so much better. Now let's get to the mouse itself. It's made of plastic and it's relatively lightweight at 180 grams. You've got the trigger for the left click and then another button for the right click on the front, so aiming down sight feels natural. And then on the side, you've got a scroll wheel with a middle click and a fire mode toggle button. But on top is where the magic really happens, because the big standout feature for this thing to me is the built-in recoil. Now, you've got a switch on the top that toggles between two different intensities for that built-in recoil with this little mechanism towards the back of the grip that actually makes a good amount of noise. But it also comes with a rubber stopper that keeps that noise down without losing that recoil feedback. That's great if you're playing late at night or you just don't want to have a lot of sound with this, and you can also leave it off completely and just have that feel of having a gun grip. Now, for that recoil, there isn't any kind of software synchronization with individual games. You've just got the two different speeds you can pick from. Unfortunately, there isn't any kind of syncing at the software level to make each gun you use in the game really feel like that gun. But it is nice they have two different speeds. You've got number 1 and then number 2. So one slower, one faster, but two different options depending on what kind of gun you like to use in the game. But depending on what kind of gun you use in the game, you could still get the kind of feel you're looking for, because if you use a carbine that's a single shot instead of an assault rifle, then you're going to be pulling this trigger every time, and you'll be able to feel like you're pulling the trigger every time, and it won't just be vibrating 24/7. But the software really opens up the entire experience, so you can dial in on exactly what you're looking for. Ragnok has this light software suite with all of the basics. You can reassign all of the buttons to be macros or functions, customize your DPI presets with up to 26,000 DPI with the PixArt PAL 3395 optical sensor. You can also toggle through those DPI settings with the button on the bottom of the mouse here, and you've got 7 different settings you can cycle through that you can set to be whatever you want. I normally hover around 1200 to 1300 personally. And of course, what gaming mouse doesn't have a little bit of RGB? And you quite literally have a very little bit of RGB. There's this small LED bar right on the side that you can customize, change the color of, set different effects, whatever you're looking for. You can do that right in the software too. But the real question is, how does this thing feel to use? And the answer is that it's weird. It's really weird. A couple of weeks back, I reviewed the Razer ProClick V2 Vertical, and Ragnok has something kind of similar here with the ErgoStrike 7, with a vertical kind of handshake grip versus the normal claw grip that you get on most gaming mice. But I have still never used a mouse that's shaped like a gun. Once you get your DPI settings dialed in, it starts to feel more natural. The placement of the right click button feels good, so aiming and firing feels like a natural fit, but it's obviously not as intuitive or natural feeling as a light gun game in an arcade where you're kind of flinging the gun around and aiming down sight, but it's a super cool novelty for the desktop. I could really see this thing being great for single player FPS games, Call of Duty campaigns, stuff like that, where your speed and reaction time don't have to be at the top of their game, but where you can focus on the immersion and still have a good time, because there is something incredibly weird, unique, and awesome about aiming and firing in an FPS and actually feeling like you're aiming and firing with your mouse. Will you ever see an esports pro using one of these on stage in a competition? Probably not, but am I glad this exists? Absolutely, because for the more hardcore FPS simulator style crowd out there, Ragnok has something super cool here and they've got you covered. But there you have it. That's a quick overview of the Ragnok ErgoStrike 7, aka the gun mouse. Of course, I would love to know your thoughts on this thing. What do you think about the design, the features, and would you want to give one a shot for yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. Plus, if you're new here, you like what you see and what you hear, hit that subscribe button for videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop. And I feel weird flinging this around, but it's a mouse, so I think we're good. But I'll catch you on the next one.